Gotta know that. You gotta know that. You gotta know that. You gotta know that.
And they got some legends with them.
You gotta know that.
Yeah. Gotta.
You gotta know that.
I said you gotta.
You gotta know that.
I said you gotta.
You gotta know that.
Yeah. Gotta. If you tuned in,
You gotta know that.
with Chad Money,
You gotta know that.
Courtsy Courts,
You gotta know that.
and Mike Bleeze.
What's up, man? It's your boy Mike Bleeze. Yo, what up? This is Coach. What up?
Chad Money.
This is your gotta know that T. Gotta know that. Hey, yo, man, I got a guest, man, childhood friend, my brother, actually. You know what I'm saying? Doing so much great things in life right now. And it's my boy, Rashawn, man. Say what up, man.
Pringle, you can call me that.
Young Pringle.
Young.
Man.
Yo, y'all mind if I smoke this hookah on here?
Stop.
We changed
Stop.
it up.
Stop.
We taking a real Dykeman on that. We gotta bring Dykeman back real quick, dog.
Bring it back.
Bring it back real quick. Just for the one time. For the one time.
What's up, brother, man? I mean,
Ain't nothing, man. Cooling, grinding. Watching y'all, man. I'm loving the progress. Loving the
Appreciate it.
content. Loving it. Staying in tune every week, man. What's happening with y'all, man? Everything good?
it's been a journey, man. We like,
Yo, 2021, man.
yeah,
2021.
Absolutely. 2020 was crazy.
And we gonna skip
How was your
that.
2020?
2019,
Huh?
2021.
How was your 2020?
You want to know something? Honestly, I've been. I don't even know how to put it, but I've been learning to put things and just keeping it in the moment. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, not really judging the situation and all that kind of shit. Like, COVID's been crazy, but that's been everybody's complaint. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like during the whole time, like I just been learning new stuff, reading mad new books, like, you know what I'm saying? Just new content, just trying to feed my brain, man, on positivity, trying to stay away from the negative stuff, you know?
right.
Word.
So actually, like last episode,
Very good.
we dived into real estate. So basically, this is the real reason we have our brother here. This guy is doing a lot of major dope things in the real estate. You know what I'm saying? And
Very.
you know, what we want to do is teach people things that they gotta know. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
the point of the show. So we want to like dive into like what's up. Talk about the real estate thing you're doing and everything with that.
So pretty much like the real estate thing I pretty much was doing was like wholesaling. Wholesaling homes is pretty much like acquiring homes, no money down. Probably seeing it all over YouTube and everything like that.
Right.
But like I was doing it before, like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a fad. And like me, like I got into it because I just wanted to learn something new. Like, you know what I'm saying? How to generate a different revenue. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now, like, I'm getting into it. It's becoming a little different now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to learn how much information we didn't get. Like, you know what I'm saying? As
As a youth.
youth, as, you know what I'm saying? As black young men.
Right.
Like, the information. Like, I used to think that flipping a crib was, oh my God, like somebody flipped a crib. Like, they was like Jordan to me, like almost on a sense. Because
Yeah, I know what you mean.
like I always looked
Yeah.
outside the box. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my moms used to always tell me like, yo, those could be your friends, that's fine, but I'm gonna make you go other places. Like you're gonna meet other people, you're gonna see other different things because like, yo, a flower is only good as the fucking dirt that is grown in. Like or something like that. She used to always tell me.
Yeah.
And I never used to understand it. And as I got older, I understand it. Like how important it is, like especially as kids, for you to evolve, like to see different things, to speak to different people. Because like, yo, as a culture, as a race, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, they told us BET was our culture. Like when you really think about it, like
it's deeper
nah,
than just
real
rap
shit.
and-
Like when you really think about it, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Like they said BET was our culture, and then when you look on BET, like you see the shows, motherfuckers got do rags on, like
Yeah,
a wife beating their wife, like
they was overdoing it.
yeah, like they
was
make
overdoing
everything,
it.
like you know what I'm saying, like the
They just try to
stereotype
make
that they
it
put.
too relatable.
Yeah,
like,
they
nah,
overdoing
Correct.
it.
Like,
that's
you know what
not
I'm saying?
all that. That's not all that we are.
Right. And then everything as an athlete. And then it was like for me, like I was an athlete. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I
One
played
of the best
and then
basketball players I've seen.
so like when I did it, like I remember having a vision board before a vision board was a vision board, before I knew what it was. And I wrote it down. I was like, I just want to play one season overseas. Like, that's literally what I wrote on my paper. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I got that. I played overseas 1 year. And then when I got over there and I seen the kids, how they trained over there,
Yeah.
it was amazing to me. Because they don't train how the kids train in the States. The kids
What's the
overseas,
difference?
bro, their mechanics, huh? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Their mechanics is different.
They're pro at 15 over there, right? They consider pros at like
Sometimes
15, younger, right?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Yeah.
younger. So like I'm there. I'm like 25. I want to say I'm like 25 years old, and you know, like I'm not in the best country or whatever like that. So for supplemental income, they make you work with they make you train kids or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they make you train like the little local team and stuff like that. But one thing I could always say is like something that got me over is I was fast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was really fast. I couldn't really shoot that well. I was fast but I was smart.
You played
like,
defense.
Real shit.
Yeah.
And I was smart and I understood like, yo, one of my favorite movies of all time was Nightmare on Elm Street. And that shit was my favorite movie because he got into people's mind. And once you get into somebody's
shit I
mind,
ever seen.
real shit.
Yeah, that shit was
When you get into somebody's mind, bro,
That's
their
it.
brain freezes up. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can't do nothing once you get into people's mind. And I understood that. Like, when we would play Gauchos, Riverside, and they would
That nigga
like
Freddie Krueger was
pregame.
ugly
Yeah, they
as shit.
doing all
bro,
their chants and
real
they come out here with the Nike this and
real
Adidas
talk.
that.
It's
like,
a psyche.
yeah,
Like,
it's
you
a
know what I'm saying?
psyche.
It's like a David versus Goliath thing. They press you the whole game, and then it's a psyche. It's just like, oh my God, we can't win. And the next thing you know, you look up, you down by 20, you down by 30, you down by 40, you down by, oh shit, game is over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's laughing, everybody chilling. And then as you get older, you realize like, yo, these niggas just mind fucked us, bro. Like if we would have just stayed in the
Played
moment,
the game.
if we would have just stayed in the moment, relaxed,
Right.
just stayed ourselves,
Right.
we would have been all right. Or we would have fought a
was
better
loose.
fight than what we did. But when you give into the feed, the hoopla, and then when they have shit on TV, I said that to say this. When I was in school, they didn't teach me how to make any extra money.
Nah.
They never said like, yo, keep your credit clean.
Never.
They never said these are the ways that you build your credit.
Why?
They never did.
Why?
They told me fictitious
You
stories.
learn like I feel like I learned like finances at some time in school or some type of economics, but it was never like, you know,
You know
do
when I
this
learned?
specifically. Do this with your credit, or when
Yo,
you get your credit. When you get your credit,
You know what I
card.
learned?
What?
I went to Macy's, right? I ain't have no cash. I was with my college friends.
Yeah.
My college friends at that time was a bunch of Caucasian dudes, right? So I ain't have no cash. So you know when
Proud
you go
Boys?
to the joint, huh?
Proud Boys.
Nah, like you know what I'm saying. So you know when you go to the joint, they say, "Yo, do you
sign
want
up
to
for a
apply?
card.
Right,
Apply for the
you wanna
card.
apply for a card, right? Everybody signed up for a card. Like, yo, fuck it, we all get cards, right? Just stupid college shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit you do when you're in college. Like, we got to get a car. We're gonna go get some clothes. We going out that night, bro.
All the different dudes got a different amount, or like you got a small amount and they got like something crazy. That's what happened.
How about I got denied?
Yeah, of course. I was about to say that.
How about, oh yeah, we'll be in contact with you in a couple weeks through mail.
You're dumb.
Everybody
Which
else got
means-
this shit.
which means
so
no.
everybody laughed at me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck?
can't get a
So,
card.
but
Stop.
mind you,
Chill.
I'm like, yo, I'm fucking confused. Cause I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this credit shit? Like, I really don't understand. I really don't know. I'm like, yo, what the fuck
And
is
mind
this?
you,
Macy's fucked me up.
all of them probably was on. Mind you, they was on they family's authorized user, or they was on their family's credit since they was 10 years old.
Yo,
And it's your first time applying for anything. Only credit you probably have was your student loan.
listen. So as I got older,
Niggas definitely have phones and cable bills.
listen,
and all
I ain't
type
gonna
of
get
shit on there.
I ain't gonna get
Yeah,
it
we
all
had all
that.
the negative shit out there. Not none of the good shit.
Yo, and that's what
Like,
I'm
Ma,
saying.
pay
Like,
that shit. Like, you gotta say my name. Like, you don't keep coming. It says my name on it. Like,
Chad Walker.
why does it say my name on it?
$400
Say it
late
to your
bill.
mother when you 10 years old. So
Yo.
you're like,
You don't you don't look at the bills.
You're like, whatever.
yo, listen.
Cable vision.
And that's crazy. And you know what's so bugged out though? Like, and what I be thinking about to myself, like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I think outside the box, right? Y'all ever watch Animal Planet?
Hell yeah.
Listen to
As
me.
a kid,
Animal as
I
a
still
kid.
watch it
I
now.
don't watch that shit.
Yo, listen to me.
Bugging.
Honestly,
You're
Animal
bugging.
Planet. Yo, to me, one of the quotes in my life.
Outside, Animal Planet's outside here. nigga.
No,
and it's on Disney.
honestly,
And it's on Disney Plus too.
real shit. Yo,
Shout out
listen
to
to
Disney
me.
Plus.
One thing that somebody told me, and that shit always stuck to me, is they said like, "Yo, how everything in life is related." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how the wilderness works, how the trees grow, like how
course.
we are, like how we evolve. Like when you inside of fucking like a building with mad negative energy and bypassing people with negative energy all day long, bro. That shit, it was a pattern, it was a scheme that was literally placed and put. Like projects was a project. Like when Jay-Z said it was an experiment, it was an experiment. Oh shit, Chad. I said, Chad, fuck.
Yeah.
Yo, huh? No, I'm bugging. But anyway,
Oh, when I was rapping this shit earlier.
right, exactly.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
picked it
yeah.
up. I got one. You missed it because you wasn't here. But anyway, that shit was really an experiment. And our schools,
objects,
real shit. And our schools, like my son, right? He goes to a prestigious school in Jersey, right?
Right.
The fucking tuition is the price of a mortgage.
Wow.
No bullshit. But when he goes to school and like they have like lunch for them, you know what they give them?
Caviar.
Filet mignon.
Real shit. Like y'all said it, but I'm being dead ass serious.
Wow.
I remember going to school lunch and the fucking milk.
That little
being-
wet pizza they used to
Yo,
give us?
the milk used to be hot.
Yeah.
The milk used to be
Hot
hot.
milk, cold pizza.
Real
My
talk.
milk was ice
Yo,
cold.
yo,
chocolate milk I
yo,
used to
Pringle,
get?
let's slow it down. Let's slow it down real quick, Pringle. So let's say that I don't have no cash, but I have good credit.
Right.
Right? And I want to start flipping houses.
Correct.
Am I gonna be able to do that? You gotta let us know, is there a way around that? Or I need at least a cash flow or something.
So cool. So a lot of times, like what happens in business in general is like people use their personal credit to finance their ventures, right?
Wow.
But when you have good personal credit and you have a business venture that you're getting into or whatever like that, whatever it may be, sometimes people, they may want to get into wholesaling.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, I like you got to look at your why. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to look at what's your reasoning for getting into it. You got to look into what's your purpose. Like, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what,
Like,
that's
but
with
it-
everything.
right, with
main-
everything.
But can you say want to flip houses is a passion? Like, is that something like I
So,
want to do? Like, is that
because,
something I'm
yeah.
invested in? I'm gonna put my time into it.
You want to know something? It is. It is, because guess what? It's something that you got to be able to deal with the emotional ups and downs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're not into it, if you're not into it physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and all that kind of shit, if you're not into it and that's not really what you want to do, you can hurt a lot of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? In the process without really even knowing. Like,
yeah,
know
but
what
you
I'm
got
saying?
people that want to hurt people and just make their own money.
You're right. So
are you
now-
the type that's? Let me ask you this real quick.
Right.
Are you the type that's gonna?
Talking about being a slumlord? That's
Yeah.
talking about shit like that.
It
So
happens.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't have any rental property right now that I
You
particularly
just cop
own.
and flip.
But I'll be totally honest with you though. If I bought a house,
Yeah.
I don't care if it's in the middle of the hood. I'm gonna make sure that the inside of that house, I'm gonna make sure that it's taken care of to the utmost of my ability. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
Because what happens is a stigma that goes on, and it feels like, yo, I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's a dude named Malcolm Gladwell, right? And he had a book called The Outliers. And in The Outliers, he talked about the 1990s. We all know about the times when the trains had all the fucking
Graffiti.
the graffiti and all that kind of stuff, right? So what they did was they said, yo, if we take the graffiti off, right? If we take the graffiti off the walls and we make it clean, people won't be so encouraged to go and graffiti more
That's
or
true.
to go break shit up.
That's
So
true.
that's what they did. They cleaned it up, and,
Yeah.
and what it did was it kept things clean, and that was their purpose of it. So they know psychologically when they put commercials, when they put certain things, when you leave and you go and you got your kids and you leaving out the supermarket and you leaving out the supermarket and the candy is right there eye level for your kid just so they can say, Daddy, I want a piece of candy. They did that strategically.
They put in the
Like,
front
you know
lanes.
what I'm saying? Like, there's certain cereals that, you know what I'm saying, the no-name brand cereals is all the way at the bottom. The good name cereals is right at eye level. You know what I'm saying? So you can see them. This is all strategy, bro. But we don't know that because they hide it in books. They hide it in books, they hide it in seminars, they hide it in certain things that we be feeling like in our culture, like, yo, it's not important to us. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so you saying that it's hidden in books and it's hidden in seminars. So if we would just wake up one day like, you know what, I'm gonna expand my mind.
Right.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go to seminars, I'm gonna read. Are they gonna accept you? Are they gonna accept you at these places?
We need,
So let me tell you
we
something.
need more
When you get in there.
mentors.
I'll be honest with you.
We
As
need more
far as
mentors, bro.
and you want to know something,
I'm pretty sure you went through some bullshit.
yo, listen to me. As far as real estate goes,
You can
yo,
self-educate yourself.
and let me tell you
Listen.
something. I'll be honest
Some
with
niggas
you.
is
I'll tell you a
scamming
real
too,
story. I'll tell you a real story, right? God bless the dead, right? My man Bobby, me, him, and my other man, right? We all came together. We was like, yo, we're gonna get in this real estate. I was gonna be pretty much like the you know what I'm saying, the brains of the operation, because I love to read, I love the research. My other man was gonna be the hands. He understands like how to do the maintenance, the you know what I'm saying, the electricity. He
Got
understands how to do all of that. My other man was gonna finance the project. He was getting money. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I'm like, all right, bet. So we all paid. We went to this seminar. We learned how to become real estate. We paid. You know what I'm saying? We paid these people to learn how to set up our business, how to do everything, how to do it the right way. We sat there one-on-one. We went to a class. We went there for 3 days. We you know what I'm saying? We learned. These people promised us, yo, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Because this was a part of our bread. That never happened.
So
right?
hold on. Did they give you access to like software and shit like
No.
that? Because they do
They
that.
gave us, so now boom. So now let me tell you
A
something.
pamphlet.
I'm going to be totally honest with you, right?
Because a seminar I went to, I had to pay in to get into the software.
Get into the
Right.
club.
Nah,
able to
absolutely.
pay to get into the club.
Yes.
and shit like that.
And what I'm telling you is that when they give you that, that's that a kid, that's that them knowing your why. And that's them now becoming a marketing and sales. Because now
I
all
never
that
paid, though.
all that is a upsells. When you get there, they
I just
upsell
went to
you.
the seminar, yeah.
Nah, they
the
up-
seminars.
You had to pay.
No. I think I paid for the seminar,
So you
right?
paid.
No. It was like $50 for 3 days, but I learned mad shit at the end of the day. But then they try to sell you,
You probably
other
went to the
shit when
Fortune
you there.
Builders.
I went to Fortune Builders.
Fortune Builders.
Yeah, on 34th
Yeah.
Street.
So
Fortune Builders,
they
right.
sold you to get into the club.
So like
No,
pretty
sir,
much that's
I
what they
didn't pay
do.
for that other
They
shit.
pay you $50. You pay like
All the books you
$100,
can look
$50
up
to
online,
$100,
yeah.
right? And then you come into a seminar. And then what they do is they give you 3 days. But in them 3 days, they give you limited information. So they tell you, yo, this is a hat. But they won't tell you how to put the print on the hat. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And they'll tell you, hey, if you want to learn how to put this hat on, if you pay an extra $10,000. No, they won't say $10,000. They'll say $9,995. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But if you buy now,
they do
you
that,
get,
right?
they get a
You know what I'm
30%
saying?
discount.
And that's what they do. And then you know what the fuck was so crazy, right? Amazon Prime, right? Amazon Prime has something when you have it, it's on the Kindle. Yeah. It's like where you can get all of the books and shit. But Amazon Prime, they got a joint where you could read for free. The Amazon books where you could read for free.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here like, yo, you know what? Yo, bro, we just paid $1,800 for this fucking course. We ain't got no flips, no nothing. So everybody's looking at me like, oh, great idea, Sean. Great idea. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, great idea. But me, I'm like, yo, I'm the only child. So I'm like almost like, yo, bro, you remember like the Nickelodeon shows where they had like the booby traps and shit like that? Like, yo, I was that kid. Like, my mom put me on punishment one time, like, all right. Deadass put the shit on the joint. She walked in, shit spilled on her. I thought that shit was the most hilarious thing, but that was the type of kid I was. Like, I was like, I would look into something, read it, and you know what I'm saying, and learn it. But anyway, when I start learning, like, yo, all right, cool, like, yo, fuck it, like, yo, this is the formula, like, this is what it is. Like, it gotta be a system. And then when you start realizing, like, yo, everything is just a system. Everything is a system. Everything works one way, but people add fluff onto it. They add fluff onto it because that's how they can sell their shit. But when you just break it down to it, right? Simply as this. I don't know. Give me something.
With an
All
iPhone?
right, cool. I don't know. I got my mask. I don't know. Give me. All right, bet. Cool. I got this. I got my AirPod case.
Got you.
Right? And this is wholesaling right here in a nutshell. This is my AirPod case. Matter of fact, that's his AirPod case. He wants to sell an AirPod case for $10, right? Mm-hmm. You willing to buy that for $20.
But he said 10, so I'm giving him.
Right. You willing to buy it for $20 though. I came to you.
All right.
No, Check it out. Just hear me
You
out.
don't
right?
know he's
Right.
You don't know what he's
So,
willing to sell it for.
This is the real estate, right? That's the real estate. So now I'm the wholesaler, right? You're the buyer. Like you're the person who's looking to buy shit, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Sean, what's up, man? You came across any green AirPods? Hell yeah, man. What's up, man? Yo, I got 20, man. I'm ready to buy anything you looking to buy. Now, I know him. I know by my marketing and all that kind of shit, I know he got a green AirPod case that he's willing to sell for 10. So now I go back to you like, oh, fuck yeah, I got something for 20 for you, right? So now I get this, boom. I get a little contract.
You gave him 10?
Huh?
You gave him the 10 or you gave it to
I
him?
give him a contract. I write a contract. It's a bondable contract to this piece of AirPods, right? I give him this contract. Once he gets this contract, that's his agreement. I tell him, yo, in 21 days, meet me at the buyer's table. 21 days, you meet me at the buyer's table, and I'm gonna have that 10 G's for you, all right?
Yep.
I come back to you, yo, go do your inspection on this or whatever, but obviously I wouldn't be able to give it to you because it's real estate. But yo, you do your inspection, you make sure everything is okay. And 21 days, here goes this contract for $20,000. I'm gonna see you at the closing table in 21 days. Okay? Now I take these two paper, right? He want 10, you gave me 20. So my wholesale fee is now 10. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I go to the attorney, I give the attorney all this documentation, I make sure all my paperwork is set up the right way. Now, once the closing table is, once everything is set, right? You don't meet you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all two don't meet each other. And if it is a case where it is, it's situations where you can do a double closing and things like that to kind of like, you know what I mean, finagle it. Because sometimes you never want the buyer to know how much money you're making. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want to kind of keep that disclosed because they'll probably like, yo, nah, I want it for a lower price.
Yeah, exactly,
like, you know what I'm saying? Or they'll try to kill a deal. So you kind of like want to keep that disclosed. But on some time though, like at the end of the day, it's like when you keep it a buck with somebody, like, yo, listen, you making your money as long as the deal is in a profitable margin for both people, and it's not like a fucking carnivore kind of. I don't know if that's a word, but whatever. You understand what the gist that I'm getting. As long as it's not that kind of gist, you good.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I mean, but that in a nutshell is pretty much what it is. It's a bunch of marketing and sales, and
You got to make a lot of calls to have people in your market that you can just call like that.
to be honest with you though, like the way things change often, people don't even call that much no more. People be doing
everything's online.
Everything is online. People do texts,
So
like
you
that
don't even go
blast
to,
text.
what about the courthouse? You don't go to find properties at the courthouse. None of
Nah,
that. You just
bro.
look online.
Nah, bro. Like they got
Got
apps.
access to all that
yeah,
shit
they
online.
got apps that do all of that. Cause all of the courthouse files now are digitized. Like, you know what I'm saying? All of this shit is in a computer. And when it's
Everything
on
is
the
sent to
computer,
them and it's sent back to you.
it's a public file at that
yeah,
point. Like, you know what
right.
I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And on these websites and all these freaking apps and shit, they got everything incorporated. Everything is all
so
there.
you know us. We about Black empowerment, right?
Right.
How do we figure out how do we get Black ownership in? How do we get more Black people into what you do? You do the real estate, you do the credit fixing, you do a bunch of things that's actually
Yo, what's up with the
could
credit?
prosper for Black people.
So now
Like,
look,
how do we get more people in that?
So now, like, honestly, like, for me, it's really a passion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was trying to say. Like, when I look back at things, like, when I look at...
Just like helping people.
I really do.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody around me, bro, like, I probably helped them make more money than I've helped make myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
If you can flip a pound of weed, you should be able to flip a house.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
But yo, let me tell you something, though. Like, the flip...
You gotta know that.
See, but you gotta...
It's not a lot.
You have to.
It's not a lot to flip a pound of weed, bro.
Yo,
It's work.
It
It's work
is a lot to
flip.
flip a pound of weed nowadays.
To be honest with
Everybody
you,
got something.
like, I don't want to get into all of that because I've never done that before. But I can honestly tell you, if anybody's thinking about getting into business, it might be easier flipping a pound of weed than it is to flip a house. Because flipping a house, bro, is so many different.
get what your mindset was.
I understand, and I'm not giving nobody the encouragement to do that.
If you could put the time, you gotta understand. If you could put the time in the scam,
No,
if you could put
absolutely.
the time in the scam, if you could put
Niggas
the
is
time
putting
in
up
the
plates like a.
So now,
no, but you
this
gotta
is what I'm
understand
saying.
where I'm coming from though. If you could put the time into Somebody
Find niggas
to buy it.
move work for you, shit
Exactly.
like
No, no,
that.
no,
If you
absolutely.
find the time to run
So-
that type of business, you should be able to do that.
So now I said that to say this, right? When it comes to flipping a house, right, it becomes like anything else. Like when you run in a business, right, you got to have your systems, you got to have everything set up. You got to know your cost, you got to know all that kind of shit. You got to know your personnel, like you feel me? You got to know all of that. You know what I mean? And you got to be a fucking mastermind, but literally before, because what happened was, right, and I'll be honest with you, the first flip I got into, I'm watching fucking like what is that, HGTV, and I'm like, oh yeah, 3 months you can get into a house, you can flip it. Oh yeah, right? But what they don't tell you in them fucking shows, because it's scripted, is that you got to go down to the courthouse for mostly every fucking thing that you do. And when you go down to the courthouse, there's always a holiday somewhere around. There's always a fucking
Always
holiday,
something.
yo. It's always a holiday or something that's
You
going on.
You say you gotta go to the courthouse in order to do certain shit on your land.
No, inside
fix
the property. So now if I got this
To do
property,
shit
right?
on the property.
Right. So now what happens is right, is a lot of times people when they flipping houses, they hear people say, oh yo, yeah, no, you could skip this, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this, right? And you could and what happens is a lot of times, don't get me wrong, like, yeah, there's some times where you could kind of like skip past certain things and do certain things. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But when you get caught, sometimes it's like, yo, damn, was it really worth it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, was it really worth that little bit of thing if I would have really done the things that I was supposed to have done? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I be trying to say, like, for us in general, right, as young black men, right? Motherfuckers don't really be broke. Like, if they want to get that chain, if they want to get that car, they find that will to get that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you really think about it, right, and they do this shit
Gotta
with
know
bad credit. If you really thought about it, if they took that 5 G's
Speaking
or
of
that
credit.
20 G's that they
Got a
took
secure
to
credit
pay the nigga,
card,
yo,
got a
bro,
secure credit
listen to
card,
me.
build
They
some
gotta
shit
pay
up.
the nigga that they gotta pay. Excuse me, I don't want to say pardon me. They gotta pay the man that has the car dealership. They gotta pay him an extra fee. Because now he got to find somebody because they shit ain't all the way together. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of like, yo, bro, like, what's the point?
What's that? That's
Invest in yourself.
Yes.
That's what that is. That's what's called
I
invest
think
in
you're talking about
yourself.
like a trade
So
line.
before you buy that car, that Beamer or whatever, you should put that 6 G's into your credit, fix your credit.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then you could go to that same spot and put down 1,000 instead of putting down 8,000 for a
Excuse
fucking
me.
2,000.
I'm gonna correct you.
And that's what you
I'm
do,
gonna correct you. No money.
No money.
No money down. Like
See?
when you see these lease commercials and stuff like that, when they talk about it, so now like boom, right?
$3,500 down, $399,
Bro.
a month.
When people go, these normal people that go, yo, listen to me. The APR rate of most of the people when they go buy these cars, the APR rate and the interest rate that they're paying on their vehicles is kind of like they're paying double what the car is worth.
Yeah.
And the car fucking loses its value, especially if
You
it's a
start that shit.
As soon, yo, bro, if that shit ain't making you no money, it's a liability.
Facts.
So at the end of the day,
Gotta know
yo,
that.
bro,
Gotta know that moment.
yo, if
Facts.
I'm getting it and it's kind of like, I bet I'm getting it just to pull up. I ain't saying nothing about nobody that
rent
does
it,
that. I'm not saying that. I ain't saying
Shit, go
nothing
rent
about
it.
nobody that
Rent
does
it,
it.
man, if you gonna do that.
Go rent it.
Or go rent or lease a car and then rent that shit.
Yeah.
Make some
Hello.
money.
Yo, the whole game, right? Where we should be at mentally, where we wasn't taught. And this is the thing, right? When the teacher was talking and we wanted to talk, we had to go like this. Hey, teacher. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or we had to raise our hand or whatever like that to get our attention and shit like that. You feel me? But then now,
Never.
like, yo, what actually happened? Nah, real shit.
No
And then,
sir.
nah,
I
for real.
violated.
But if you really think about it, that's what they wanted us to do. Because now it's easier for us to get into the workforce and it's easier for us to feel like, yo, I'm going to go to work every day. I'm just going to be this good citizen. I'm going to, not good citizen. You're supposed to be a good citizen, but I'm going to go to work every day. I'm just going to be this good man for this man right here. I'm going to help grow his company.
And that's
You know
the
what
shit
I'm
that
saying?
kills
And
me.
you kind of put yourself in the back.
Works on 65,
Nah,
retire,
real
and
shit.
live 15 more years.
Yo.
And die.
I'll tell you some real shit. The first crib I got, right? It was a crib in Teaneck, New Jersey. If anybody know Teaneck, New Jersey, Teaneck, New Jersey is a cultural area, right? This area was particularly culturally
Asian.
right across the street from a synagogue.
Oh, so it's
Jewish
Jewish.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I had the house under contract. It was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was no going back and forth about it. I had the house under contract, my name, my company under contract, right? Had the house under contract for $290,000. I needed to show the bank I had 10 G's. At the time, I didn't have it. Like, I'm just starting my job. I'm just like, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? Just shit just coming, everything at one time. Right. I didn't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
I went to everybody I knew. Yo, let me get two. Let me get two. Let me get a G. It was to a point where I was just like, yo, just give me anything bro. Please, just let me just go to this bank. Let me just do this, please. Like, I knew I could get another investor in. I knew I could do something, right? So I had 15 days to do it. I tried everybody. Couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. Fuck it. I went to Australia, came back. Came back from Australia. I wound up going out and shit with everybody, right? Went out with all my friends and all that kind of shit. Now I'm depressed.
The fuck was you?
Listen to me. It probably been about $30,000 that went up that night. About 30 that went up that night.
And the son couldn't give you. He couldn't give you a band.
Drinks, just pouring it out.
Yeah.
Like,
It ain't had shit to do with them, so they're not gonna give you any money when they don't benefit them.
So what that did was that shit.
30 bands, them niggas.
Yo, no.
I say 15.
No,
I hate the club, bro.
No.
With people we get alone.
No,
this alone.
I'm telling you that because
shit is disgusting.
I personally seen the bill, and when I seen the bill, I was happy I ain't had nothing to do with the bill. Like I'm being dead serious. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I probably wouldn't have been friends with them
serious.
anymore.
Nah, but I mean, like, it was no, yeah. Like they got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was nothing. Like, they got it. But what I'm just trying to say is, moving forward, like, you know what I'm saying? Moving forward,
couldn't help me, nigga.
You never, no.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? And that, yo, and that's where it be coming, like, in the mentality, right? Where you feel like, yo, ain't nobody gonna help me, ain't nobody gonna support me, right? So then you start figuring it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the desperation, and that's the point that sometimes people need to go to. Because I was at rock bottom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was at rock bottom when I figured out how to do real estate. Gotcha. I was really on my last dollar. Like, when I had my son, when my son had his baby shower, I had to fucking borrow money. Like, you know what I'm saying? For my son's baby shower, you don't even understand how that shit made me feel as a man. Like, my thoughts and my feelings was fucking conflicted that night. I didn't know whether I should be excited or whether I should be like, yo, let me put a ski mask on. Like, I just had to borrow money for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't even do the shit that I wanted to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes when they see certain shit, they don't understand certain shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, my hunger for information, my hunger for more, I understand that people, yo, bro. Don't fucking matter how much matter. Yo, a nigga could win the lotto today and literally be broke fucking by next year today.
He don't have money management.
Literally. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't have the information. We wasn't given that information. Mm-hmm. So when I look down and I look at my skin tone, and that's why I don't understand how black people see each other and they look at each other as prey. Like, nah, bro.
Niggas be holding the information like
right,
this.
Like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you want to know something? Like, it's funny you said that. It's funny you said that, right? Because I kind of have mixed emotions about that. Because our people, right? And I'm saying as far as real estate, I've helped people make so much money. I've helped people get to people places. And I'm like, yo, just give me a meal. Just buy me a steak. I don't even eat steak.
A meal.
No, a meal.
A meal.
A meal.
I thought you said, give me a meal.
Like, yo, just
a meal
buy me a
or
steak.
a meal?
A meal.
Yo. I could honestly say, like, no bullshit, and within education, outside of fucking school, I've spent easily over $100,000 in information. And all this shit. Paying for courses, paying for this, paying for that. Like, yo, now I don't want no boots. I don't even know the last time I even really been inside of a sneaker store to buy me some new shit. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
All right, bro, let's break it down. So what's 3 things you got to know if, let's say, you want to be a self-entrepreneur, self-made man, a self-made boss. So it's 3 things you got to know.
First thing, you got to know yourself.
Know yourself.
You got to sit to yourself. You got to understand yourself. I mean, me personally, I meditate every day. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? I take 10 minutes in a day,
that's
10 minutes at night. Nah,
yeah.
And people have a judgment about it where they kind of make it feel like, is this, oh, fuck, I can't. But when you do it, I'm telling you, bro, like, it's so peaceful, it's so serene, and the thoughts, the questions that you have, it just almost like comes to you. You know what I'm saying? So I tell everybody, like, yo, everybody and anybody.
All right, what's the second thing you gotta
What's the
know,
second
bro?
thing you gotta know?
I would say their purpose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know your purpose, like, you feel me? It's kind of like, it's easy to kind of, it's kind of like your roadmap.
Your why.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Your
Yeah,
why,
like your
your
why.
purpose,
Right,
same
yeah,
thing.
yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's your,
All right, so we're gonna go one, know yourself. Number two is
Know your purpose.
know your purpose. And what's
And
number
what's number
three
three?
that you gotta know? Let's make it good.
your credit.
Ooh.
Credit
Know
is
your
king.
credit.
Your
know
credit.
your bracket.
Your credit.
Yeah.
Your credit, your credit, your credit, your credit. Like, no nonsense. Like, if you really think about it, right? And you say, yo, why haven't they told us nothing about this? They ain't never told us what no fucking FICO score was,
Yeah.
or how to break down the ratios of 35% is your credit history. They never taught us that shit.
Get the credit
I thought it was
ratio.
30.
Oh, huh?
30.
Thought it was 30.
35.
35, you can do 35?
Check it.
I'll check it.
So
Yeah.
that's the main
I keep my
thing.
shit at 30.
So
So
know
what you gotta
yourself.
No,
Know
I'm
your-
saying,
what is
I'm
it?
saying
Know
the
yourself.
percentage,
Know
right?
your
Out of
purpose.
the
Know
pie.
Know your
Oh, okay.
credit.
The
Know
whole
yourself,
score.
know your credit. Wait, know yourself, your purpose, and your credit, y'all. That's big things you gotta know, man. Appreciate you, Sean. Bro, Pringle, we got my boy.
My
man.
guy.
I love you, boy.
This is, gotta know that TV. Signing out. Let's go.
Yeah.
You gotta know that. You gotta know that.